It's payback season, we don't need a reason. We had your back from day, now you're talking treason. Your laugh is looking decent, you're moving with the scars. You think the world is yours, but nah, the streets are ours. It's payback season, we don't need a reason. We had your back from day, now you're talking treason. Your laugh is looking decent.
This is James Holder for iFILM London. I'm live in Brick Lane for the launch of the soundtrack of the movie Payback season. With me, I have drum and bass legend DJ Mampi Swift. How you doing, sir?
Evening, very well, very well. Just finished the set. Feel good, hot, nice to be out here. But yeah, it's a good night. It's really good.
People are really skanky. They really seem to be feeling the set tonight.
Yeah, just do you know what's nice about these sort of things? It's not an official drum and bass event, so there's no expectation. You just play what you want. Do you know what I mean? I played some older stuff from like 1992. They liked it as much as they like the newer stuff. So yeah, man, it's fun. It makes it fun. Do you know what I mean? Playing
today we're here again for the launch, as I said, of the soundtrack. Your friend Danny Donnelly, he's the director of the movie. You and him go back since 1994. He's telling me.
Do you know what, Danny? Like, I mean, I can't say enough about the guy. Seriously, I'm not just saying it because it's his thing, but really, I mean, he helped me a lot when I was starting out in this game. All the first music I ever put out was on his label, and in a business where there's so many like shysters, man, he was like complete opposite. Do you know what I mean? And it wasn't just on a business tip, on a friendship level. He'd do things more than what were required in terms of business. He'd do a lot more for you. So I can't really say much more. But for him to go from Smarties to making this movie, and I mean, we were just saying up there, it's Romford. He's going Romford to Hollywood, and I can believe it. He could do it, man. He's that sort of person. Do you know what I mean?
Seems to me to have just so much energy and a work-like mentality. You know.
Listen, man. Like, you think starting off in this game, the tunes he was making and all the rest of it to progress in that way. I mean, a lot of people from his era, they're either dead or just doing nothing. Do you know what I mean? Just by the wayside. But he's beyond successful, man. Do you know what I mean? And this is, like you say, he's got so much energy, he never stops. And this is the next era for him. Do you know what I mean? So this is what I mean. I'm right there. I'm right on his back, man.
Film comes out 9th of March. So what we're looking at, mate? Easy, brother. What we look, he's getting involved, yeah? He's had his 5 minutes of fame. Give me an answer to that.
Fuck, you got me off guard there. Sorry, what'd you say?
Yeah. Do you know what? We're going to leave that in as well, man. We got like a little reunion going on here. All right. Yeah. As I was saying, I forgot what I was actually saying there, man. To be fair, that kind of threw me a little bit.
That was DJ Bailey who's messed up the whole run-ins now.
Yeah, I know that was Bailey from One Extra getting involved. Yep.
Go on.
But yeah, like Danny Donnelly, his work ethic. How far do you think he can go as a director?
I think Danny's one of those people, man. There's some people in life that just, they get their thing and they stick with it, and there's other people that are, followers, leaders, and everything else. And there's people that will naturally progress, and keep on doing it. You start off making tunes, have your record label, and then you have you start your publishing company and so on and so on. And he's just one of those people that keeps on stepping up in life. I'm not surprised, man. This doesn't surprise me at all. Seriously.
I want to talk to you a little bit about music before we do that. Let's get Bailey back in here. Bailey, man, come back in here, bruv. Come back in here, mate, please.
Sorry about that, mate.
Bailey, say hello to iFILM London.
iFILM London. Oh yeah, all right. How you doing? Everyone all right? Little impromptu one.
You got to talk to him. You just sabotage the whole thing. You got to talk to him.
I came over to grab your phone number.
Well, I've got you two guys here. I want to talk a little bit of drum and bass. What do you think of the new drum and bass? What's going on? What's going right with the scene? What's going wrong with the scene? Talk to me, Mampi first.
I think you should ask Bailey first on that.
Bailey first.
The only reason I say that is because I'm just there in the raves and everything else. Where he's there, he's in the raves as well, but he's got the radio show. He sees another side of it, which I don't really see.
It's a very valid point.
I get sent a lot of.
That'll be your One Extra show.
Yeah. So every Wednesday at 10 o'clock, by the way. On One Extra.
Smile teeth as well.
You gotta get in there, but it's difficult at the moment because everybody's. Well, it's a live thing at the moment. Everybody wants to be famous. rather than dig deep and express a part of themselves that's really precious to them. So you get a lot of people that just want to make a hit rather than, so you end up with a lot of stuff that's a bit sort of, I don't know, doesn't feel like it's got much soul to it, you know what I mean? However, there are lots of good tracks, but it just takes harder and longer to get them, you know what I mean? You've got to dig deeper, yeah.
Mampi Swift, your thoughts on the whole scene at the moment, mate?
The sad part, maybe the crap part, is the longevity of a lot of music. There is none. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people, like Bailey just said, are just trying to make this big anthem. Anthems don't come like that, man. They just happen. Do you know what I'm saying? You go in the studio and it just happens. Like, I made the biggest track I ever made to this day. It took me an hour to make. Pure fluke. I can't do it again. I've been trying to do it ever since, and I can't do it. But I didn't know. I just made it to play on a dub plate, and it just goes to show. Do you know what I mean? Like, the biggest stuff I done was in the early days when I was starting out. I can't match it, man. And it was blind. I just went in the studio and just vibed. Do you know what I mean? And now, like Bailey said, people are just, they've got a wrong thought process when they go in the studio. Do you know what I mean?
I think people should get back to making something that excites them and not bother about whether it really gets released or not, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the full cycle recording stuff, V-recordings from Ronnie Size and Diane, those same things. Tunes were made in an hour. Some of the biggest tunes ever. Warhead was made just like that as an anthem. You don't get those things no more. So people need to put some more of themselves back into the movie rather than go, I want to aim for this show. It's a bit too clinical, not enough feeling.
What about some of the new MCs coming through? There's been a lot of the same names on the scene for a long time. I'm not disrespecting them. They're great artists. But we all know in the UK there's a lot of talent, whether it be from other genres that have kind of come into the drum and bass, other rappers, and this and that. For instance, Harry Shotter, for instance, UK rap originally. He's come through. He's smashed the drum and bass. Do you think this is opening up the doors for other artists to maybe come through that route?
If you see now in drum and bass, you'll see there's a lot of collaborations going on with other people, with other artists from different genres. You've seen a lot of that, so I think that's opening a lot more up. I played not so long ago a Maverick Sabre track that TC done. I know there's always been remixes, but we're also having a lot more collaborations. So obviously that's going to enable people like Harry Shotter to go to the next level and everything else. And I mean, it's all good, man. Listen, if you're talented, we want you. Do you know what I'm saying? The more talent, the merrier. It's not it's not about your stripes and all that. If you're good, man.
There's a lot of artists knocking on the room twos at a lot of these big events. One or two of them are the next generation. Do you know what I mean? So it's good to see you guys pushing them positively. Bailey, I know you've got a very big platform, so it'd be good to see you again pushing some of these artists in the right direction. You know what I mean?
And it should be pushing some of the old ones and doing interviews with some of the older artists as well.
It's a very valid point. That is a very valid point. Do you know what, guys? I really want to thank you. Do you know what? It's because you tried to sabotage our interview earlier. That's what it is, Bailey. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just making a point. I'm just throwing that out there.
It's there for everyone. I think there are radio shows that, just generally, I'm not pointing at anyone in particular, that don't fully represent everything what's going on. And I don't care if no one's heard of this guy that sent me a tune. If I think he's good and he's got 5, 6, 7 tunes, I think he deserves to be heard. Even like there's a guy recently called Ad Gannon. He makes some. I'll hook you up, man. It's good tunes, really good, and nobody knows him. He's not signed. He's got 5, 6, 7 things. I sent his stuff to Hospital Records. I sent stuff out for him because I was like, this guy needs to be. I play him on the show. I'm going to put a party on, and I'm going to book him as well. I mean, if everybody showed more love for people that were coming through, then it'd be good for us. Good for us all.
Very good point. Seriously, very good point. What are you scared of, man? And then those people know who I'm talking to. You know who I'm talking to. What are you scared of? Do you know what I mean? Like it's natural progression. If you're good, you've got nothing to worry about. You just do your thing, concentrate on your thing. But there's nothing wrong with bringing some talent through, man. You know what I mean? Nothing. I would have loved to have got help from people like Danny, and sometimes things were a bit tough and didn't get help that would have been it would have been nice. But I always thought about that when I got to a level where I could help people. I always helped them, and it was no skin off my back. Do you know what I mean?
That's a really good attitude to have, and I wish more people in the UK. I know there are a lot of people out there who are genuinely doing their thing and helping people along the way, but everyone else should kind of take that on board. In UK film, a lot of people support each other a lot more than I find in the music scene, which I find kind of sad, really, to be honest, because we all started for the love of the music. That's the bottom line.
Having said all of this, we can't keep harping on about the glory days when it was fresh and no one knew what it was. It's like sort of like, remember Big Brother, when that first started, everyone was like, oh, what's this experiment? It was all exciting. But as it's gone on, people got too used to it and people realised what they could get out of it. We just need to continue and hope that people are going to be as positive about it as we are, you know what I mean? And not sort of look at the money side of it, you know what I'm saying? There is some good music out there, some good artists, but it's our job to go and find them and bring it to you now, you see?
I'm going to wrap this up, and on a final note, I just want to say thank you very much for coming to the launch of Payback for the soundtrack. The film's out on the 9th of March, and no doubt probably see you guys at the film premiere, you know what I mean? This is James Helder with Mampi Swift and Bailey for iFILM London. Thank you very much.
Came from the block, now man, them I grew up with. Wanna take what I got, like we ain't got nothing. Great dream, low at the top, broke bread with a man, them who got lots. So don't be greedy.